So I have friends that aren't interested in the MCU. Totally cool with that. But if you've seen in the background of my videos, I have a lot of Marvel posters, and I may be slightly obsessed. Now, I'm completely okay with if you don't like Marvel. I'll get over it. It's okay. It'll probably take me time to get over it, but I'll get over it eventually. Anyways, I recently being 4 minutes ago, had a friend message me and asked me to send them a list of the chronological list of all the movies, because she had another friend that watches them and talks about them all the time, and so she wants to be able to hang out with that friend. And I'm like, I'm kind of offended that me talking about it nonstop didn't get you to want to watch it, but okay, cool. So I thought I would give you like a 30-second little summarization. I don't know words. I'm going to summarize all the movies. Words. Okay, so we're going to start from the beginning. This is the chronological list. This is not the order they were made. I'm not starting with Iron Man. I'm starting with how you should watch them for them to make the most amount of sense, because they've built this whole world. Okay, universe is the correct term. I just offended everyone. Okay, you start with Captain America, the first Avenger. This is 1940s words. 1940s. Captain America is a scrawny guy. His name is Steve Rogers. He has asthma and heart problems and all this other stuff, and he can't join the war. He wants to join the war. His best friend is in the war, and he just wants to be in the war because everybody he knows is, and he wants to serve his country and be patriotic. So, his friend, Bucky, says, "Don't do anything stupid," and then he lets this German guy test on him, and then he's strong now. Then he kind of like saves everybody and wins the war. He dies in the end of that movie. He crashes the enemy plane into whatever country it was. I don't remember, but it's ice and whatever, and so he's like frozen, and people find him, and then he's frozen in ice for like 70 years. Okay, cool. He is now awake after this 70-year coma in an ice block, and he doesn't know what to do. Cool. Next movie, Captain Marvel. Right after, so Captain Marvel, she's an alien lady. She doesn't really remember her past, and it's kind of weird, and she's part of, I don't know how to summarize this movie. I've only seen it like twice. She's part of this, I don't know, we'll call it space police. She's part of this place, and there's these people that her Kree, I believe, they're against the Skrulls, I believe is what they're called. And they're against each other, and there's like this whole epic war thing that's going on, and for some reason she goes to Earth, and she's looking for a Skrull, I believe. No, that's wrong. I don't know what happens in Captain Marvel. I need to rewatch that. It wasn't great. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't like the best Marvel movie ever. It was just kind of one of those movies. Anyways, the people that they thought were the bad guys were actually the good guys, and she was actually like kidnapped and made an alien. Anyways, Iron Man. This is actually the first Marvel movie to be created. It came out the year I was born, so I'm connected to it. I'm not actually connected to it. Iron Man, it's Tony Stark before he's Iron Man. He's just a guy. His dad, Howard Stark, is actually the man that helped make Captain America Captain America. He is this playboy, billionaire, philanthropist, and he's kind of an idiot and a jerk, and yeah, he's really that movie kind of makes me annoyed. But anyways, he gets kidnapped in Afghanistan by whatever they're called. Words. I should know this because my dad went to Afghanistan. I don't know. Anyways, got kidnapped, change of heart, change of mind, whatever. There was this bald guy that influenced him, and then that bald guy died. Anyways, so he wants to stop making weapons, because that's what Stark Industries does, is it sells weapons to protect people, but it was actually harming people, so he stops making weapons. And the guy that's kind of in charge with him, Obadiah, I believe, which is a really weird name, Obadiah, I didn't mean to offend anyone named Obadiah, which is kind of weird for a Marvel movie, because they all have, like, modern names, and this guy's just like Obadiah. Anyways, he doesn't want to make weapons anymore. The Obadiah guy is kind of annoyed because they didn't talk about this at all, and Tony Stark just like showed up and was like, hey, we're not going to make weapons anymore. And then Tony starts working on this suit, this like armored super suit basically, because that's what got him out of the place that he was in Afghanistan. And he then creates a suit. It's cool, whatever. The Air Force isn't super happy about it because they don't know what it is, and it's just like this thing flying around. How do I even summarize that? Obadiah's bad guy. He wants the stuff that powers the suit that's also keeping Tony Stark alive. Anyways, Iron Man 2. What happened in that movie? I don't know. What happened to that movie? Oh, there's this Russian guy that like is evil, and he thinks that knows that his dad, I believe, his dad's designs got stolen by or ripped off by Howard Stark, and so he wants to come like avenge his dad, and so Tony Stark is like avenging his dad. Avengers. And anyway, so he like, there's also this really annoying guy named Justin Hammer who actually plays the Wolf from Bad Guys, and didn't know that, but it drives me insane. Anyways, his name is like Whiplash or something, and he has these like electric whip things that he goes and attacks people with. Iron Man is super like hated by all the government and things like that, and the president or whatever the dude is, he's a jerk. And then Coulson is in that movie, and Black Widow and Nick Fury, they're all in that movie. And Coulson actually has to leave Iron Man to go see something in New Mexico, which New Mexico is where Thor, hothead, goes to the alien planet, I think, goes to the alien world that he's not supposed to go to, wants to start war basically just because he's been trained for war, and so he's like, oh, I have to have war to have purpose and be king and everything. And so anyways, he gets banished to Earth, and he has the hammer Mjolnir. I think I said that right, Mjolnir. Jonathan. That's funny. That's gonna make me laugh. Jonathan. So, the weird thing that landed in New Mexico was actually hammer Mjolnir. And the whole thing is Thor trying to earn back his worthiness to save everything. Loki puts his dad in Odin's sleep. I think that's what it's called. Like in a coma, basically, and like pretends to be him. No, he doesn't. That's a different movie. He pretends to be king and pretends that his dad is dead, and he like takes over and whatever, and he's like, I can't undo what my dad did and whatever. But honestly, it's just because he doesn't want Thor back, because he knows that Thor will know the truth. Anyways, sends this giant metal alien not robot creature thing to go take care of Thor and kill him, and that doesn't happen. Avengers, Loki comes to Earth. I like to believe that he's mind controlled, honestly, because I like Loki, but I know that he's a bad guy just in general. But anyways, he wants the Tesseract, because the Tesseract is actually an Infinity Stone. We'll get to that later. It's an Infinity Stone and whatever, and he wants the Tesseract, gets the Tesseract, opens a portal in the sky, kills a guy, kills 80 people in 2 days. Anyways, giant portal thing in the sky, all the alien Chitauri? Is that a gaming system? I don't know. All the alien dudes fly out and they're tearing up New York City, and the whole Avengers team has to learn about teamwork and working together and the power of friendship so they can save the day. Iron Man almost dies, and then Hulk literally like screams him awake. Scares him awake is like the proper term. Iron Man, because he almost died, Iron Man 3, he has like panic attacks and like anxiety and stuff, and he thinks that it's the thing that's in his chest to stop his heart from being dead. He thinks that it's like him dying, and it's actually just him struggling with PTSD and anxiety and all that stuff. He also meets this really funny kid. That movie may or may not have made me cry. Then Pepper Potts, also same movie. Pepper Potts like gets tested on, and she gets the surgery done to her, and all this stuff is in her body, and it makes her basically almost explode. And so they had to do surgery to get it out. And then Iron Man, he also did surgery to get all of the stuff out, which didn't make any sense to me because he's like a billionaire. Why didn't he do the surgery before? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Anyways, Thor: The Dark World. Now, I honestly like this movie a lot more than everybody else does because everybody else is like, what even happens in this movie? But I know what happens in this movie, I think. So, Thor is in space, in wherever Asgard. He's not in Asgard, actually. He's around and, like, trying to bring balance to all the different places. I think this is the movie I'm thinking about. Trying to bring balance to all, like, the 9 realms, I believe is what it's called. Why is it always 9 realms? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Like, 9... Is it 9 or is it 14? That doesn't make any sense to me. What are numbers right now? Okay, anyways. I'm so tired. I'm so sleep deprived. If you couldn't tell. There's dark elves. They want to take over and bring darkness. They're waiting for all of the moons or something to line up to do something. And so, like, Darcy's really funny in that movie. That's, like, all I remember, actually. Oh, yeah, and that one guy, like, goes insane. The one scientist doctor dude. He, like, goes crazy. It's, like, naked and tourist attraction spots. Anyways, Winter Soldier, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Bucky's not dead, he's alive. I forgot to say that he died. He's actually alive, he's mind-controlled, he's the Winter Soldier, he doesn't know who Bucky is, he doesn't know that he is Bucky. He's trying to steal something, I don't exactly remember. S.H.I.E.L.D. falls and is no longer existing because it was taken over by Hydra, slowly but surely. Nick Fury dies, he has a new persona that he portrays now. Everybody doesn't like S.H.I.E.L.D. anymore. They hate that the whole, like, the fact that it was an organization because it was taken over slowly but surely by Nazis, basically. Nazis are back. Easy way to explain it. Guardians of the Galaxy. This movie swears a lot. I remember that. Kid gets taken by aliens, basically, after his mom dies. He's in space. He steals stuff. He's a bit of a jerk. He's really annoying, but he's a lovable character. He meets a bunch of people, mainly from prison. No, he doesn't meet them in prison, but he goes to prison with them and then meets them, and then they break out of prison. And I don't remember what they do. Oh, yeah, they have the Power Stone, another Infinity Stone. This one guy wants to steal it. They win it by doing a dance battle. Yeah, you heard me right. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, kind of the same thing. They steal stuff they weren't supposed to steal. A bunch of people don't like them. He meets his real dad, what's his name? Peter Quill? I don't know. Q something. He meets his real dad, who's actually, like, God or something, and is, like, trying to take over every single planet, and is, like, evil. But he's that one actor that's, like, really good, and I really like the guy that plays his dad. I don't remember what his name is. We also meet Mantis, who is adorable and hideous, which is a good thing. Avengers Age of Ultron. Iron Man creates, with Bruce Banner, Hulk, they create a robot android thing, Ultron, and then he turns evil because androids are bad. Not the phone, the creation. Anyways, he tries to take over everything, and he's, like, trying to destroy the human race, which is kind of funny because he was only on the internet for, like, 5 minutes, and he's like, oh yeah, everybody needs to die. So he sends Sokovia, I believe, up into the sky, and it's, like, floating, and it's gonna, like, drop, and then, like, the earthquake is gonna, like, kill everybody, basically. Vision is born, who is an android, but a good one. He's also worthy because he holds Jonathan Mjolnir. We also meet Wanda, from WandaVision, and Quicksilver, who dies in the end of that, in the end of the movie. Antman, we meet this dude. He was in prison. He's no longer in prison. He works at Baskin Robbins, I believe it was. He starts stealing stuff again. He wasn't supposed to steal stuff. He wants to return the thing that he stole because the thing that he stole was actually, like, super weird and, like, a scientific experiment, basically, and they want to steal something back. I don't remember exactly what happened, but the one guy's creations were being stolen. We're gonna have to do a part 2 to this. Yeah, Ant-Man, it was really, really funny. He has a daughter, and there's that one guy from Annie, the new Annie that came out, like, 5 years ago. Anyways, yeah, part 2 coming up.